Dumelang thobela molweni bhotani sanibonani lotshani thwani kanene apsheng likai bakgethu nna ke teng ke nna me Nonkwenkwezi ke buile ha hona. How are you, my good people? Thank you very much for tuning in once more. It's a Saturday afternoon, almost evening. Yeah, I'm back from Kimberley. Arrived in Alice early this morning, and I just woke up from a very beautiful sleep. And woke up to the news of the passing of Mr. Patrick Shai. I don't usually, follow up or make a commentary on celebrities, but this one, I think it just hit hard on me, a little harder than, other news about celebrities. Especially, the fact that his passing is due to, was basically suicide. Most of you that have been following me for a while now will know that the subject of suicide, is very close to me, and very sensitive. I've always, felt like it's a subject, we don't discuss enough amongst us, the African folk, because I always feel like, for me, suicide, I don't think anyone would choose suicide, as a way of moving on to the next life. I think it is suicide because you are pushed, by whatever, factors in your life. So even with Mr. Patrick Shai, I feel like, sometimes we take things for granted. We look at people and think they are strong, and not expect such from them. But for me, depression is depression. Mental illness is real. And mental illness can affect anyone. Anxiety and depression is real, guys. We must never take that for granted. I don't know. I think even the family has not shared as to what led to the suicide. I don't know if he left a suicide note. I just know that the past few days, he has been trending for a video that he posted where there was an alteration with West. And for me, because these are celebrities, I was like, even watching that video, to be honest with you, I didn't feel like he meant what he was saying in the video. To me, he sounded like he was, joking, talking to a younger celebrity. I honestly didn't get the sense that he meant every word. The choice of words may have not been the best, for a person his age, but he apologized for that. And I think when I saw the apology, I felt like, well, I didn't see a need for an apology. But then, we don't know what led to him even, coming up with that video. But be the case as it may, and as much as we don't know what happened, who started what, what caused what, I still feel that he is a person to be celebrated. We know him on our screens, I've watched a lot of good movies, South African based movies, dramas, soapies. He's a man that has stood the test of time insofar as the entertainment industry is concerned. As we would know how brutal it can be. I think he did stand the test of time. And I don't even get the sense that his suicide is possibly based on, how sometimes the industry leaves them poor or broke. I don't think it's about money. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just, clashing at straws here, or clasping at straws here. But because I'm listening to other commentaries, there was Owami saying he died in his Dobsonville home. That, to Owami, it suggests that, he was poor, because the entertainment industry does not pay actors that much. Yeah, not as Owami, she would have rather, preferred to die in Sandton. I don't think it has anything to do, like most, especially elderly actors. I think most of them prefer to be, in Soweto still. Soweto is a good place, is a good neighborhood, to most elderly folk. Rather than moving to Sandton, Soweto is a choice. Living in Soweto is a choice for most elderly actors, entertainers. Yeah, so I don't think it has anything to do with that. Living in Sandton, I think, is relative. Um, I once lived around the area, so really, like, senchuba abanye bethu asiboniswa nto, yebo. I don't think it has anything to do with being poor. I don't know. I just know this man, for me, growing up, this man, I remember at some point, he has contributed a lot, towards GBV, gender-based violence campaigns. At some point, I remember him coming out, to share how he abused his wife at some point, how he felt less of a man because at some point he was an abuser. I thought that was big of him. I think, if I'm correct, he said that not only about his wife, I think to his son as well, apologized to his son or something. This is, a long time back, so I may be getting my facts, incorrect, but I do remember him standing up, and advising other men, pleading with other men, to see how bad it is for a man to abuse their women. That was big of him. So for us now, to forget how great this man, here's a great South African man, that probably experienced, bouts of anxiety and depression. And so it fit to commit suicide because it was too much for him. I remember someone saying, a psychologist saying, it's, when a person commits suicide, it's not that they want to die, but they want to end the pain. If you've never felt the pain, you understand? If you've never had a pain, that puts you in a corner, that puts you in a corner where you feel alone, where you feel like the world, is closing in on you, then you'll never understand. You'll never understand why people choose to kill themselves. I don't think it's a choice of, wanting to die as opposed to wanting to end the pain. But unfortunately, because you're not thinking straight at the time, you end up dying. You end up choosing death, which is unfortunate. Very unfortunate. So I want us, all of us that are going through the most right now, I want us to remember that it does get better. I know what I'm saying may sound so cliche, you understand? But it really does get better, In the past, when I'm overwhelmed, with pain, I'll always remind myself that I've gone through so much. I look back at, problems I've gone through in the past and be like, if I was able to get through, get over that, what will stop me, from getting through this one, I will remind myself that it does get better with time. And I just hope, when you feel like you are in that zone at that moment of, just remember that it does get better. The sun will rise yet again. Please, guys. Or talk to us, talk to someone like me. Especially those that are my followers. I'm sure you have access to my number, my email. I think that, the less people choosing, the other way, the better. If we can help just one person, that's good enough. Talk. Do talk, even if it's the last thing you do, I think I'm one of those people that you can talk to. And hopefully I will be able to, get you out of that corner somehow. Sometimes it's just a matter of talking to someone. Sometimes it's just a matter of, someone hearing how painful it is. You get me? There was a point in my life, I don't think I was considering suicide, but the pain was just too much. Like, it was too much. It was too much. As a person that has had a long career as an economist, as a what you call development economist, as a project manager, and there was a year, I remember I used to say to people, for me, the biggest mistake for an employer to make is to shortlist me. That job is mine. For 18 years of my life, that is what I believed, But there was a point, there was 1 year where, interview after interview. Before that, I had never been to an interview and not get the job. But there was 1 year, that year showed me flames. Interview after interview, I was just not getting, placed, and it didn't make sense to me. And it was now getting personal. I felt it was like personal. I felt it was like saying something about me. I felt like, the world, everyone can see how useless I am now. It felt like it would never get better. I didn't see a way out at all. I remember calling my mom on that day. I don't usually call my mom to, because I don't want to stress her. Don't want to frustrate her. So if I call her, it is to share good news most of the times. I never call to cry. But that day I picked up the phone and I didn't have many words. The first person, in fact, that I called is Gobisa, my cousin. Gobisa, my cousin, Kwachachu, Ekon. I had not called her for maybe 2 or 3 years. And that day, she is the first person that came to mind. You understand? when I was feeling overwhelmed, I just picked up the phone and I called her. I didn't have many words to say. Naye she could hear ukuthi I don't know what to say. But all she just said to me, she was like, Sisi, whatever you are going through, please, please do not think it will not get better. Just know we are here. She said, at least mna, I know I am here for you. Do not, please. Because that time I was like, far, I was in Gauteng. And she was like, we are very far from you. And I don't know how to get through to you, but please, I beg you, you know. I just needed to hear someone, you know, talk to me. And maybe that was not enough. The next person I called was my mother. You know what my mother said to me? My mother said to me, "Wakulinga uphambane apha nokhanya. Ga, ngokuthi nasijonge kuwe. Ithemba lethu likuwe fondini intoni ngoko? Waphelelwa ngamandla. Hayi ungakulinga undenzele lonto mna. Mna ndijonge kuwe mna nalo linye ithemba mna." Ndiyazi loo nto kuyo mntanam yazi ba iyagqitha. Khona ingagqithiyo apha. Nintsi gqithi into ekumeleyo kweli khaya. Nintsi gqithi umsebenzi wakho. Awuzukwazi mntanam. Sula ezo nyembezi. Uzuyazi into yoba ukhe nje nolukhanya. Soze ndibhujelwe ngumntana kabini mna. Remember my sister passed away in 2008. After a very short illness. She was like, I am not ready. Andikho ready. Ndiyakucela uyisa ingqondo mntanam. Buyisa ingqondo. Beka le phone zakufowunela. Zakuphi i-hour mntanam ukhala uzinike kangangoko. Gqiba kwakho uzuzazi ndoba umsebenzi wakho mkhulu ugqithi. And ke ngoku kuba mnyama xa kuzawukhanya uzuyazi loo nto leyo. Sekusheke nje kancinci mntanam. Qina uyayiva ke ngoku. Those are the words I needed at the time. So yeah, guys, that's all I wanted to share on this video, to say, if you find yourself in that corner, pick up a phone and call someone. You know, don't be shy. There is that feeling, if I call so and so, you just never know who to call, but do call someone. Even if it is me. And it isn't Mother Teresa, but I'm sure guys. Anxiety and depression are a mental illness, and it is real. Asizugula ngokufanayo. Omnye izawuba way too much. Omnye uyakwazi ubuya. Omnye udinga uncediswa. And it should not be a shame ukuthi ngoku ndidinga uncediswa. Mandingasali ndingenaye umncedi. Ndenzele uncedo. Khawube ngilaa mntu nawe wenzele omnye umuntu uncedo. Be prepared, you know, at one point in your life, ukubuyisa umuntu osebumnyameni umkhuphe nje, because it's very dark. Yabona xa une-depression, it can be very dark. It can feel like you are in a very dark room and you don't know how to get out. You can't find the door. Guys, I'll end it here. And rest in peace, Mr. Patrick Shai. We shall, you know, remember all the good work you've put entertaining us. And the family as well. Our deepest condolences. That's it for me. From me, yo. And now, Namagam. Thank you, guys. See you on the next one. Ciao.